I'll wake up in the morning and I'll have an idea, two or three ideas, and I'll be done in like 15 minutes.
That's so crazy. That's so
But it
insane.
seemed
Like
like it was a lot later, but it wasn't.
within 3 hours, you've ended up building, two more features on top
Yeah,
of that.
I pretty much found, I think, what I've been looking for 4 or 5 years or whatever. I'm building stuff. I'm not getting bored by actually coding myself. So I started in here, started a new project, and went through this whole process. I got through all that, created the prompt for cursor. I just talked to it like this. Perfect. The build is completed successfully.
Clap, 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 we're done just right. 5 day sprint took us to new heights. Make it, build it, your dreams ignite. We're making moves at turbo pace.
Hey guys, welcome to a brand new session of Members at, where we speak to members inside the 5 day sprint community who are building incredible things, and we hear their story. And today we've got a very special guest who has quite literally built his project in 5 days and is a new member of the community. And I've been very, very excited to speak to him. And here we have today Mr. Derrick. Hi, Derrick. How you doing?
Hey, how's it going?
Yeah, really good, man. I was just saying to you a moment ago, I don't know if it's a coincidence that you're wearing the branded blue, but it works so well with the vibes we've got going on here. So
Yeah, I think that was yeah, it wasn't on purpose, but I think that maybe I was just forecasting, I guess.
we subconsciously came to you in your dreams.
It did. I was dreaming about it all night.
Yeah. Oh man. Well, no, it's a real pleasure to speak to you. So, this is Derrick Howell. Am I pronouncing that correctly? Howell. Yep.
Yeah.
Awesome. From Arkansas in the
Yeah.
US. So
Bentonville,
we're in,
Arkansas.
beautiful. We're in completely different time zones. It's my afternoon. It's Derrick's very early morning, and we wanted to find a way to get this session done because we have so many incredible people who join the community and kind of get stuck in. But your story, in many ways, sort of blew me away. Not only kind of what you've built, which we'll get into in a little while, but also sort of your background, working in the Air Force, your background in actually trying to build projects before and not having so much success in getting them to where you wanted to, and then coming across a 5 day sprint, and then what that enabled you to do. And so, stories like this give me so much energy and motivation because it's literally why I do this, And so sessions like this where I can speak to people like you yourself are really, the cherry on the top for me. So, I'm excited to dig right into it, Derrick. So, man, why don't you give us a little bit of a introduction or background about yourself? It would be fascinating to know where you come from.
Yeah. Yeah. So I was in the Air Force for 32 years. I retired back in 2018. Then I moved to Arkansas. I was up in New England for about 10 years or so. When I retired. So I moved here. It's where my daughter lives, and my son lived he used to live down in Little Rock. So that wasn't that far away. So I said, yeah, I'll move here. So I got a job as a kind of like a course creator or whatever you call it. It wasn't really called that back whenever I got the job. Kind of made it. I made it the.
Like the first ever. You were the first ever course creator. You're the first course boy.
Well, it was like a maintenance at a trucking company, it's a very large trucking company I worked for, and so I got a job in maintenance in the training department, but it wasn't really a training department. It was kind of like a call center, so you could help the technicians fix their truck.
Right.
So I took it upon myself to learn how to do video. I tried to do voiceover, but wasn't good at it. And then
it's funny because just as we started, I said we were doing a sound test. I said, Derrick, you have a great voiceover voice.
I was like, but so I took it upon myself to start doing videos. I recorded a video changing a windshield and
Oh
I
wow.
voice overed that video. And then from that moment on, I was the video guy. I'd never done video before in my life. So I was like, I guess I'm the video guy. And then I started going, all right, we're called the training department, but we don't train. We don't have any training. So I started doing training, started making little trainings here and there. And then they moved me into another role. We created a whole like technician, what was it? Technician career advancement program. So we had to put together this whole training thing, because the whole advancement part is they had to take all these courses. So all the courses that I made, put in there. I was like, I'm not even a course creator. But and then I ended up moving over to corporate training, which they actually do training. So I actually build courses for the whole company now.
Incredible.
So
Wow.
it just
So
kind of like
you're doing that right now?
yeah,
Oh wow, that's
yeah,
amazing. That's
full
amazing. I
time, yeah.
should, yeah, we almost need to get some advice from you then to make sure we're doing our job right.
No, you guys are doing great.
Oh
Um,
man, that's awesome. So okay, so you come from, so you're this is the other thing I love about, people like yourself, where you're working full time, you've got a career, but also you have this innate desire, passion, creativity inside you. So have you always sort of had that?
um, I think so. I'm not really sure, but um, I get these ideas and I just want to try them out. And for the last 6 years, I've been trying out ideas, and um, um, then I came across this idea from, lo and behold, the idea browser.
Mr. Greg
Um,
Eisenberg, good friend of
Mr.
ours.
Greg
Yes,
Eisenberg. Yeah,
excellent. That's
yeah.
right.
I watch him all the time.
Yeah,
He's got a
awesome.
lot of good ideas.
Yes, absolutely. So this is the idea browser right here. Yeah, so they normally have like an
Yep.
idea of the day,
Yep.
and then it's really cool. So basically, they show you sort of interesting ideas that you might want to try out. They've got all the research behind them. You can sign up and get a lot more insights, and then actually they can help you actually put together a plan to execute these ideas and start building them. So this was one of the ideas that you came across on here, right?
Yep, I did. If you want to share my screen, I'll show you
Yeah, of
I
course. Yeah.
copied it all down.
Yeah, okay, there we go.
Um,
Yeah, we see a screen now.
yep. So this is the idea that came in my email. So I had one day to look it over because I couldn't afford to claim it. It's pretty expensive, but I think somebody claimed it because it's no longer on the site.
Right. That's
Um,
also a really cool concept though, but that you can just sort of claim
it
ideas
is.
and then yeah, I love that. Okay.
Yeah. So I kind of just stole it, which he tells you to steal his ideas all the time. Um, so this is it. Basically, receipt generator that transforms your groceries, and then they call it the receipt to recipe. Um, I don't know where I got the idea of calling it receipt chef,
Yeah, it's a great
but I
name. I
think
love the name. Yeah.
yeah, come out nice. I might have stole it from in here. I don't know, but but I know I tried to get receiptchef.com and it was taken, but there's nothing built on it. So I was like, I'll just do receiptchef.io because it's an app.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um, and then just get started on it. And then I did. And then I got started on it. This is what I had before I found you guys.
Right.
This is what I started with.
And so where did
Um,
you build what software did you use to build this? How
I
you
use VS Code
Okay.
with Claude Code
Okay.
to build this, but you had to like if you needed it, whatever, you had to put like a extension or something in there, and then I came across your training, and I've never used Cursor before, so I downloaded that, started using that, and then I was already familiar with Claude Code, so I started there,
Nice.
and then I mean, this is all this does. I mean,
Yeah.
this is actually bare bones. It actually all it did was took the photo, took a fridge of the took a photo of the fridge. You could upload, and it would just create it would create a recipe.
Yeah.
And that's all it did. I mean that's basically all it does now.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I
No,
mean,
but it's a brilliant idea, yeah. And so more than even just the idea itself, I think what's interesting is, you having the curiosity and the drive to actually go
mhm,
out and figure out how to use tools like VS Code and Claude Code and
yeah,
now Cursor, of course, because many a time I'm having conversations with people, and a lot of times people who are at the very start of their career and they're almost like, oh, well, I don't have time. I don't know
yeah,
if I can like focus on it. When will I do this? When will I do that? And I'm almost like screaming inside, being like, there are people like
yeah,
Derrick who are finding the time, who are already,
it's,
successful in their own
yeah.
career, but are still pursuing their passions and
Like,
ideas. So, what is that makeup of someone like you? I'm very curious about how you think.
um, well, my whole life was, in in serving my country, and now I'm trying to serve myself. So instead of instead of putting all of my energy into somebody else making money, I'm trying to figure out a
Mm,
way to break free of that corporate lifestyle and venture out on my own eventually.
absolutely.
And
That's
that
great.
drives me. I mean, that drives me like everything I do.
Yeah.
And I've been trying and learning a bunch of different things
Right.
over the last 4 or 5 years. Just constantly trying something new, and then get to the point where you're like, man, I don't think this is for me. And then you just cut it loose and say, done with that. Um, that's not
That's
going to
also a
work out
very
for me.
unique, yeah. That's also a very unique part of the process, though.
Yeah, it
An
is.
important part
You
of the
learn a
process,
lot
which is that
doing it.
iteration. Sorry.
So you learn a lot whenever you're
Mm-hmm.
going through the process of building something, but then you get to a point where you're like, you spend a lot of time, a lot of effort building that one thing, and you think that's going to be the thing, but then sometimes something just turns it to nothing. Like it doesn't feel right anymore, and
Mm.
then you just let go, and you just move on to the next one.
But that's an
Um,
important muscle as well, because sometimes we can get too attached to our ideas,
yep,
or things that we're pursuing, or we care too much about how it's going to look to others, right? Like, what if I quit on this
yep,
thing? How it will feel? But you seem to be very comfortable with just throwing yourself in, which is one huge step within itself, and then the
yep.
second huge step is being able to just shift gears when it's not kind of going in the direction you want.
I think my background as an aircraft mechanic in the Air Force kind of taught me just to jump in there.
Yeah,
And you don't know what's going on, but you're not going to know what's going on until you actually jump in and start
absolutely.
um, troubleshooting.
Yeah. And so when you came across, I think this is what really I find interesting, is that you try to build this project obviously yourself using VS Code and Claude Code,
Yep.
and then what was that sort of missing link you think between where you were and then what kind of was made possible by accessing the framework and the 5 day sprint community?
I don't know. Maybe because I thought this was just going to be like um, another one of those. I tried something and I got to a point where I didn't really know how to take it to the next level type thing. And then um, all of a sudden I came across you guys, and then I'm like, well, hell. And you actually did a recipe one, which that's what I was doing at the time. I was like, oh, heck. And then I have other projects that I've been um, toying around in my head. I have a Ozark Thrive domain. I've been trying to figure out how to do a like um, uh, what do you call it? What do you call it? Website?
Like a directory.
The directory, yeah.
Yeah.
So I want to do a directory for the Ozark region using Ozark
Awesome.
Thrive.
Awesome.
Um, but I never knew how to do that, and then came across, and then lo and behold, you have one for Dubai. So
Yes.
kind of like everything's like coming together, and then I just signed up. I was like, I mean, I got to try this out. It's
Yeah.
pretty much how it worked.
Yeah, no, 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 that's amazing. As soon as you jump straight into it, got into setting everything up. Within a few days, you've taken something that was a kind of an early idea and turned it into a beautiful product. I'd love to see if you just screen share kind of the product the way it currently is, as well, and
Yeah.
maybe a little bit of the process of how you got to the stage of where you're at now with the new product.
Okay. Um, so the 5 day framework is I went. All I did was take that. Took your first class, basically. How you tell me about yourself and whatever. So did that, and the next one over was the 5 day framework setup, and basically that's all I took. I never even got to your your Dubai one. I never got there.
You just jumped the
So I
gun.
did the five. I jumped the gun. So so I created a project in here. I don't know if we should still share my screen.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay. Um, so I so I started in here. I don't know if I can look at it, but anyways,
Yeah.
and I just started a new project and went through this whole process.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, look, there it is.
Oh, awesome.
Yep.
That's so cool.
So I just went through this
Yeah.
and came and it did that core value, the core features,
Mm-hmm.
and then I added all my AI stuff in here. I didn't know what I was going to use it for yet.
That's the
It's
best
like
part, though. Is just sort of figuring out along the way.
I'm just going to follow blindly.
Yeah.
GitHub, Claude Code. I did all this. Superbase, and Vercel. I don't know what this is. Oh, so
Awesome.
I guess that creates the prompt
Yeah. Yeah.
for cursor.
Yeah.
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 So what I did was I got through all that, created the prompt for cursor. Wait, where's cursor? Oh, cursor.
So how did you find the shift between VS Code and Cursor? Was there a shift?
I mean, cursor is basically built off of VS Code,
Yeah.
so it's all the same. It had the
Yeah.
same feel as VS Code,
Yeah.
and I've been like toying around with coding for a long time, just toying around, but I was never interested in being a coder because
Mm-hmm.
I didn't want to build code. I wanted to build stuff, but I didn't want to build the code.
Now, of course, the same thing here. Like I've always had technical people on my team to actually
Yeah,
execute, and actually my ideas are moving faster than we can
yeah,
execute. And
yeah.
someone on my team said it to me the other day, which was like it's almost like technology has finally caught up with you, which is kind of
Exactly, it
what it feels
has,
like.
and it
Even
seems
this
like
morning,
everything's just coming together
oh
all at
yeah,
once.
oh
It's
yeah.
amazing the
Oh
feeling.
yeah. Hey, I love
Um,
I love what you've got set up there. Like, is that because my Claude code doesn't look like that? What is that? Is that plugin or something you've got? With this is the
uh-uh.
interface you're seeing?
This right here.
Yeah. Like,
This is
how
my
your
Claude. Yeah.
my Claude doesn't look like
Oh,
that. Mine's in the terminal.
well, I just signed in. I signed in. I just haven't done anything with it yet.
No, but
Like
but
I
I
got.
mean, like Claude code on my screen looks like just a terminal view. Yours has a whole branding and everything.
Oh yeah. So if you go up here, um, you can open it in a tab. It's
second.
pretty amazing.
No. You're freaking me out. Hold on a minute.
Ah, look at that.
You're teaching me something right now. Hold on a minute.
I know.
Yeah,
That's like
let me figure this out. Okay, so
the
I've published a
student is
project.
teaching the instructor.
Man, so you're
I
saying
love it.
what are you? I'm trying to figure out what
So
they. So hold on. So when you opened it up, you just had Claude running though. So what are you pressing that?
I had it pulled up before we started talking, but so if you
Yeah.
hit
I don't
this
know, but I
and
don't
then it
see that. I
just
don't see that icon. That's in cursor. You have that icon. Is Claude Code
oh
installed?
do you have a project pulled up with folders?
Yeah,
Because you have to hit like you have to open it. You have to like click on a
yeah.
file,
I have
and
that.
then you'll see it to the right, upper right.
No, I don't. I don't see that. That's so interesting.
Huh?
Cursor.
I don't
You
remember
haven't.
how I did it.
Yeah. So you've installed. So basically, it's almost like a Claude Code plugin or something that you got.
I don't think it's a
Ah,
plug-in.
it's
Maybe
very interesting. Yeah, I don't know, but it's very interesting. Is it an extension? Did you add an extension at all, or no?
I did in VS Code, but didn't have to put an extension in this one. I don't think I did.
Claude Code for
And
VS
then it
Code.
creates this. It creates the Claude
You,
file
I
here.
wonder.
Keeps
You know
track of
what?
everything.
I'm installing Claude Code for VS Code um, plugin. I've just seen that. I'm going to see if that does a trick.
Maybe.
Oh
I
yeah,
don't know.
yeah. We're in the game. We're in the game. We're in the game.
Sweet.
That is a plugin. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's Claude Code for VS Code. Um,
Hmm.
nice. Oh, that just makes it just so much nicer to use.
Oh yeah, it's
But there you go. Yeah, I got it
it's
now as
amazing.
well.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
so I figured out how to just like the first time I used Claude Code, um, another coding community kind of brought me up to the Claude Code thing,
Mm-hmm.
and they used it in the in the terminal. I was like, this is
Ah.
ridiculous. I don't like this because I'm not a coder, so I don't want to be in a terminal.
Yeah.
Um, you know what I mean? So I just did some research and found out that I don't know what it was. I was watching some other people do stuff, and then I saw one person do it with this, and I was like, well, that's a lot better. So,
Yeah, it makes so much more sense, doesn't it? Yeah. No,
yep.
you made the right decision. This is okay, cool. So do you never look at the sort of the at your code files? Like, do you not have a view for that, like in the center? Or
No, I just talk to it like this.
mm-hmm.
It'll bring stuff up. I'll have I'll have um I'll have my app like pulled up either like the local version,
Yeah.
where it automatically it will automatically kind of like change whenever you code something. Um, the dev site or whatever.
Yeah.
Um, or
Ah,
I kind of like just opening up my Vercel version, and then that way I know that um, everything's moving the way it's supposed to. GitHub and then Vercel. Basically, it goes to GitHub and then Vercel automatically updates.
correct. Yeah.
Pretty amazing.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh man, that's super cool. Okay, first of all, that is going in the community. We have to tell everyone to install this plugin because
Okay. Perfect.
that is a gem
I'm
right
glad
there.
I can
So
bring something to the table.
yeah. So I'm gonna post that and I'm gonna say Derek put me on game today. So okay, great. So that's good. That's for a spring in my step. No, because I'm a big
Awesome.
visual interface type of guy, and working in the
Yep.
terminal is one thing, but this just like makes it's so beautiful on your screen. So no, I'm glad we got it working. Nice. Okay, sweet. So, all
Perfect.
right. So you just started sort of speaking to Claude Code, natural language, and so did you take any of your previous project and put it in here for reference, or did you just go from scratch?
I went from scratch. I mean,
Nice.
I used the same styling guide that I used before. Like I used the same background stuff.
Yeah.
Um, but this is like, I want to, if I can find it, but um, so like I think this is all the stuff that it did whenever I put the thing in initial
Yeah.
context, and then it went through and did whatever it does,
Mm-hmm.
and then it got to perfect. The build completed successfully, and then I guess I looked at it and I was like, well, still they still look great. I mean, it's like it's little things like that. That's all I say, And then it's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
let me check the current state of the files, and then it says,
Yeah.
blah 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 blah. Oh, perfect. I've updated the homepage to use the icy blue. Oh, I did ask that, yeah. So
Yeah.
I this is how I made the liquid glass feel. I just asked it to do it,
Nice.
and it did. Pretty cool.
The
Um,
design part is what is also really fun, right? The fact that you can just iterate on the UI as and
yeah,
when, it's I love
yeah.
it. With
So the background that I use on my site, you see,
mm-hmm. The food imagery
like
or
right here, it was
yeah.
just here.
Mm-hmm.
It was just kind of like just a little photo looking thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So whenever I was building it, I was like, is there a way you can I just talk to it like this, like I'm talking to you right now.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a way that you can kind of make I said a hero section, and then I was thinking it was just going to be at the top,
Mm-hmm.
but then it's like poof. I was like, wow, that looks really good, because I get surprised at what it can do.
Yeah, absolutely.
I just asked a question and just keep going with it. And I was like, wow, that looks really good. Let's keep it like that. Okay, move on.
That's a big part of the process that I find so interesting. Is
Yeah.
like every message you send gives you almost like a dopamine hit, and it's such a
Oh,
strange phenomena because
yeah.
you're not used to that type of exchange. Because normally the only time you're sort of writing like that is if you're in a text exchange and you don't get that type of feedback back because you're not speaking to an AI, right? But you have this thing now which is able to almost be like, yes sir, get the job done, and then you have this like just excitement feeling, and while it's happening you also have the curiosity of while you're
Yeah.
waiting, and so it's such an interesting format, and it happens so quickly that by the
It
time you've
does.
barely even like imagined it, it's ready for you to actually try
It
and
is.
experiment.
It's amazing. Like right here, I was like, all right. So I got past all that, and then everything looked all right. And then, I just as my mind's going through and stuff, I'm thinking, what about storage?
Mm.
And then it says, oh, super base, blah blah blah. And then got to a point where there was a point. I was trying to find it in here, but I don't see it. But it started going off track from your framework,
Right.
and it just didn't seem like it was going the way I wanted it to. But I asked it, I was like, are you following the 5-day sprint framework? That's basically all I asked. And it looked back and goes, oh, you're exactly correct. I should be following the 5-day sprint framework. And it went back and it changed everything and put everything back into the framework. It was
Yeah,
pretty amazing.
it's so cool. It's so cool. And you know what? It was the reason I had to kind of get this out is because a lot of the challenges, like you're just speaking right there about getting it, to work in a certain system, were the challenges that I was having when I first started to vibe code. And then
Hmm.
when I came across this mechanism and this way of kind of working and how to set up the infrastructure, it was almost like this is what everyone needs. You need to be able to get sort of like 70% of the way there straight away, and then you can iterate the
Yeah.
features on top of that. And so the actual fun of it, you shouldn't need to spend your time figuring out, what system am I using, what coding language, what's the difference between Next.js, React, and all these things. It's like it doesn't even matter. You kind of
I
just
don't
want
care about
everything
any of
ready to
that
go.
stuff.
Exactly. You just want the thing to work, and you want to do the fun part, which is actually
I
seeing it
want
come to
this.
life.
I
Yeah.
want this to go
Yes.
here.
Yes. Yeah. Put a chip in my brain right now. That's
Uh,
awesome. Well, man, that's so cool. So, okay, so you've got this thing out there now, and what I loved as well is it's not like you just built a brilliant site by itself. You added the sign in, the Google sign in, payment with Stripe. A
That came
dashboard.
later after I got the thing working,
But you say
and then
later,
I
but
started.
we're talking like still you've done
Oh
this within
yeah,
a few days,
we're
you know.
we're talking like hours later.
Yeah.
But
That's so crazy. That's so
it
insane.
seemed
Like
like it was a lot later, but it wasn't. Um,
I've built payment, like I've given instructions for Stripe to be integrated before to an engineering team, and I've had to wait, 2 or 3 weeks.
really?
Yeah, to
Are you
see
serious?
something. Oh yeah, yeah. No, it's crazy. But just because
Well, I mean,
there's been umming and ahhing, and maybe this, maybe that, and it's like just to see it, like you're saying, within 3 hours, you've end up building, two more features on top
yeah.
of that.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I'll wake up in the morning and I'll have an idea, two or three
yeah.
ideas, and I'll be done in like 15 minutes.
Awesome, Derek, man. And you know what I was really fascinated by is, this crazy domain you have, if I'm not mistaken, around Slim Shady.
Yeah,
What can you unpack that for me? Because this is
sure.
something that I didn't even expect, and I'm so keen to learn more about what you've got going on here.
Well, I need help with it, so
Wow,
um,
tell me what's going on.
so I started building this site here. So I ended up finding this domain. Um, it's probably like 4 years ago now. Um, Whenever I was, just getting started and trying all these crazy stuff, that never worked out. I mean, it did kind of. It's working out now because all the stuff that I learned, I'm putting to use. Um, but it was a expired domain. Some some other. It's a country domain, and it was expired. So I went and I forget how I found it. It's like some kind of scraping app that I found and I bought, and
Mm-hmm.
and it would scrape YouTube for domains that were not active or something. So
Yeah.
that one came up, and I put it in, and it said it said all these shady music or shady
Yeah.
records or whatever.
Yeah.
So as a shady records domain, they used to shorten their URLs for YouTube.
Yeah.
So when you click on it, it would take you to
It's so
it,
funny.
it, it would take you to their album or whatever
Yeah.
song or whatever it was that they were trying to take you to. Um, but there's like let's see
Mm-hmm.
here. Am I still sharing?
Yeah. Yeah. So what's the actual domain itself?
ShadyMusic.com. Oh no, ShadyMusic.com is one that I
Shady
came up
Music.
with, and it was
So
yeah,
you have shadymusic.com?
yeah. That wasn't the domain though. This is a domain that I came up with, and it was actually available when I took it. It worked out perfectly. Um,
Whoa. So
so so I'll show you. So the domain that I found is this one, just that shady.sr, and
is it like Singapore? Is that like a
25,000
Singapore? Like a SR?
25,000 results
Oh
out in
my
the Google lands.
god. So okay, so let me get this straight.
That's how many.
Let me get
That's how many links are out there.
Okay, so you're telling me that so you're telling me Eminem um when they release music, they will release it with a URL which is shady.sr and
Yeah, and then
the
there would be slash, and then whatever the
right.
album name was,
And they didn't renew the domain or whatever.
right?
And
And
so
I
you now
actually, and now I own it. Yeah.
you own shady.sr and shadymusic.com.
Well, I have a redirect for this to Shady Music.
Yeah, but you
So
own both of the domains, right?
I do. So I redirect Shady SR to Shady Music, And I get signups on this on your. If you see it
Oh my
there,
god!
you
Yeah,
can pull
yeah,
it up if
yeah,
you want.
yeah, 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 yeah. So we have this
So I get
limited
signups on that
mailing
site
list.
every day still for the last 4 years. So I had like over almost 11,000 emails just from that site right there, that one landing page,
Oh
from
my
people coming
god!
in from YouTube or wherever they clicked on that link, because it would just go straight to that
Oh
site.
my gosh! Okay,
So I was
so
so I was trying to figure out how to make a like a directory or something,
well,
and I was
first
I
of
was
all,
gonna.
first, God.
I blew your mind yet?
No, no, no. Did you know what? I tell you what. What's funny about this? What's funny is that Ollie had the call with you, and he kind of filled
Yep.
me in, and he goes, he's got this like, he's got this like Slim Shady domain, whatever, And no matter even what I would think it would be, it's more mind blowing at the fact that it's actually so much better than even I even thought. You know, it's like
Yeah.
he almost like, and he was already kind of like just putting in capital letters like this is so freaking cool.
Yeah.
And this is the first time obviously I'm speaking to you and seeing this, but it's just so cool to see that you have this. So have you first of all reached out to anyone on Eminem's side, just even cold email or anything to say, hey, this is what I have access to?
No,
Okay.
I
So
really haven't. I really haven't known what to do with it, and I didn't want to like piss off Eminem. So I was trying to make a site kind of like a interactive biography of Eminem. So basically, I used Manus, and I said scrape the whole internet for everything about Eminem, and it did. And I put it in here. Um, and there's this timeline that I created, but it's not working right now. But
wow. So there are a bunch of ideas that are coming to mind. I think first of all, the most interesting thing is the fact that you have traffic coming to the domain. So like that's a great starting point. Now you're absolutely right. It's figuring out what do we build on top of that. Does it
yeah.
become a obviously the more it's a homage to Slim Shady
Hmm.
Eminem, the better. And I would say probably this is what I would do if it was me. I would almost try and find a way to reach out to someone in his universe. You could probably easily figure out who's associated
Yeah.
to him. Sometimes people that are like on the business development side or artist management side that aren't necessarily as closed out as he is. You could probably
Right.
reach out to and say, hey, I have access to these. And there's a couple of things, a couple of roads that we could go down. Number one, I'm happy to, to sell that asset to you if it's something that you're interested in. If that's something you want to do, that could be option one. Option two, I'm using AI to build, interesting experiences, and I'm considering doing one to pay homage to, Eminem's career. But I would
Hmm.
love for it to be, somehow benefit you guys as
Yeah.
well. So I'm open to a
Mutual. Yeah.
discussion. Yeah, open to a discussion, but I could basically build something. So if you want to ideate around this, then please let me know. Otherwise, I'm going to go ahead and build it anyway. And I think if you suggested something like that, you've done something noble in saying that, hey, I've got this thing,
Right.
I'm wanting to do it because you don't, excuse the pun, but you don't want to do something shady, I think that's a top three pun of mine though. I think that's a
I
top
love
three
it.
pun. Yeah, but there could be a slim chance that this thing would
And it
work out really well.
continues. Yeah.
So no, but I would probably do that. I would almost like reach out and then see because if they realize that that is actually an asset, which it is, that they could maybe utilize and they wanted to make you an offer, that might just be a good outcome for you anyway, great. But if they then said, you know what, yeah, play with it, but we'll endorse it, then that might be another cool thing. Now you're a collaboration with, one of the
Yeah.
greatest artists of all time. That
Yeah.
is, something to first of all brag about at work, but
Well, that's
also
crazy, huh?
you could create something interesting. Then maybe you do a rev share with official, merchandise licensing or something. I think there could be
Oh
something
yeah, that'd be
really
cool.
interesting.
Yeah.
But you're definitely sitting on a very valuable asset. That's for sure. So
And
I would,
that's what I've been thinking for the last 4 years.
yeah.
I just didn't know what to do with it. I've asked a couple of gurus about it, and they're like, yeah, it's not going to work for you. It's not going to work for you.
Why? Why did they say that?
Like,
What's the?
I don't know. They're like,
Who are these
yeah,
pessimists?
that email list is too old. You haven't talked to them yet, and I was like,
No, no, no,
I
no,
don't
no, no,
care.
no, no. And
The
it's not
email
even
list,
yeah,
I don't even care about the email list.
yeah,
Just
yeah,
that's
yeah, 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 yeah. Exactly. It's
that's
not even about the email list per se. It's more like I think it just has to be something, you know, where it's clean cut and
mhm,
doesn't feel like you're almost trying to steal audience engagement from something that you've built
exactly.
up and that you've done, which I know you wouldn't do. So I think it's all in the communication. If I would go direct to the label, I'll go direct to you can find anyone's email. You can go on Apollo right
Yeah.
now and start finding. In fact, if we go to let me see if I can screen share in just a moment. Let's see. This is how I would probably go around it. Let me log in and see what I've got here. It's so funny that you actually search the domain as well, like, and they both happen to be free. Like, how rare is that? For that to even happen.
Yeah, I was
That's
like,
crazy.
Shady. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, insane. So let's go to peer to people. Let me see. Where are we? Okay, so let me just switch over here real quick and yeah. So here we are in Apollo. So Apollo.io basically allows you to search for people and gives you their emails based on
Okay.
whatever criteria you enter. So you can do location, whatever. So let's just type in what would his let me see Eminem. Let's go to Perplexity right now. So AI. I'm going to say let's see. I own the official domains for slimshady.com. Sorry, no, for shadymusic.com, which relate to Eminem. I want to reach out to the right person, stakeholders, to see if they want to collaborate. What information do I need? I'm doing a search in apollo.io, but need to figure out which filters to apply. Let's see what it says. Okay, labeling. So here, so name, key information, management label, company figure, Shady Records, Interscope. So let's see, Interscope record. Let's do Shady Records first. Let's see what comes up. So company.
Yes.
There you go, Shady Records. They even have the domain there. Oh no, but they have shadyrecords.com.
Yeah, Shady Records. I uh actually ranked for that keyword.
Yeah.
Shady
So they have
Records.
okay, got it. Yeah. So Shady. So who we got? Promotions director, supervisor. Yeah. So like you can just type that in. For example, you can see there's like a few people. So promotions director could be interesting. So I would even someone like this guy Dro. You got his email right there. You just email him right away.
Cool.
And say so. Because someone
Yep.
like this would obviously could then maybe put you in touch with the right person, or you can do aftermath records. That's if you're on here. But yeah, so I would do that. I would kind of go down this sort of rabbit hole and just say management, David Schiff at management into MGME. So this is manager. Let's see. Let's see if we can find. So this is manager's email. So David at management-entertainment.com. So like something like that. So you could just hit up,
Nice.
you could hit up him and the other guy, whatever, and just that's what I probably would do is actually find ways of reaching out, and then seeing if there's any type of collaboration, or not. But yeah, that's killer, man. Man, I'm so inspired just by hearing how your mind works, and I would really encourage you to just keep iterating, man. Keep throwing ideas out there. Keep building. To
Yeah.
see you just sort of hustling and grinding like this is fascinating, man. You must have so many ideas in your mind that you
Oh
want to
yeah.
execute right now, right?
I do.
Yeah. Wow. Well. How do
Oh,
you think? Go ahead.
I think right now I probably need to start working on the SEO part of my
Yeah.
app,
Yeah.
to get that going. That way I can start getting traffic. But I did create like a post for Facebook.
Nice. Well, the kind of marketing part of it is just again like an iterative process. Like you're saying,
I know it is.
post
Yeah.
out on Facebook and everything. I'm hearing and seeing that Threads is working really well right now. People are driving a lot of engagement on Threads, even though you don't hear it spoken about so much.
Yeah.
I was speaking to someone who posted a piece of content out on Threads that maybe got barely 1,000 views on Instagram, but got almost 1 million views on Threads in the same
Wow.
piece of content, just because of the way the platform is actually ranking new content right now. So
Wow.
that's definitely a huge opportunity. But SEO for sure. And interestingly, after I've worked on Best Dubai and built that out for the community, I'm also going to be going back into the Guilty Chef
Mm,
project,
yeah.
and rebuilding that as well. So when we do that content, I think that'd be very fascinating for you to see. And there are a lot of
Yes. Would.
interesting marketing tactics that are now possible with AI that I hadn't even integrated before into these workflows. So inside the community, we're going to unlock kind of a marketing aspect to these projects as well. We can see how they actually
Nice.
grow beyond just the SEO as well. So no, it's really interesting. But I'm really motivated just by having this discussion with you, Derek, and it's a real pleasure to have you a part of our universe. I hope you continue to stay engaged, continue to
Yeah.
learn, and share more information with us as well. I think everyone's learning a great deal and being motivated by your progress.
Well, I appreciate it. Yeah. I pretty much found, I think, what I've been looking for 4 or 5 years or whatever. I'm building stuff. I'm not getting bored by actually coding myself because I just couldn't do that. Um, Now that technology caught up to where I want to be, what
Hmm.
I want to do, I've embraced it from the very beginning. Soon as soon as ChatGPT came out, I was all over that, and then trying to learn everything that came. So I'm constantly on top of what's new and what's working for whatever, because there's a use case for everything.
Yeah,
Um,
absolutely.
there's not one there's not one that fits everything. So
Yeah, fantastic, man. Look, thank you so much for your time, Derek. Thank you for getting up
thank
this
you.
early in the morning as well to speak to us. And I'm just very excited to see how you progress and develop and grow these projects, and hopefully we can play a part in helping you achieve all of your goals. And this Shady music
I look
one
forward to it.
is a yeah, man. Me too. And the Shady music one is a killer. So definitely get on that and keep us updated with
Yeah.
how you get on.
Heck yeah.
Absolutely. All right, Derek. We'll catch you soon, man. You have a good day, all right?
All right. Thanks, Omar.
All right.
Appreciate
Take
it.
care.